1 minute it's all laughs and jokes, the next minute it's all kicking off. Well, not quite. Matches in paddle are usually pretty chilled, but we've all been there. Someone is misbehaving or winding you up. So let's have a look at how to win a must-win match. Paddle is often about just being gritty and determined, isn't it? And making lots of balls. And so you can win matches when actually you're not necessarily the better player.
Oof, what a save from Delphi.
What a save.
If I think back to my tennis days, I would go in and try and put my game onto the match, try to be aggressive and really win those first few games.
You would go on, take the ball early, you'd put them under so much pressure by being aggressive. And I don't think that works as well in paddle because you almost need to play yourself into the game. You need to play lots of balls. You need to apply the pressure by almost being consistent and patient more than anything else. One of the people who is an absolute master at controlling the game and almost never gets flustered in Premier Padel is Gemma Triai. Yes, she has the power and the smash, but she's also happy to do super long rallies and wait for her opportunity. She rarely gets frustrated, but equally is hard on herself and the partner to be patient. She attacks when it matters. She would be a good example of someone who tends to win her grudge matches.
Gemma Triai for the win! They have done it! They have only gone and done it!
If you don't want to miss any of the world's best paddle, you can find Premier Padel on Red Bull TV. The link is in the description.
The main thing is that you stay focused in the match and don't kind of lose your head and sort of start playing their game. Try to keep the focus on the paddle rather than the kind of cheering and stuff. It's one thing that really annoys me is when people start cheering and kind of shouting in your face when you've just missed the first serve and stuff. So I do try to keep focused on the match, but it is tough for me.
Well, I think you're right in saying that you've got to keep your own game plan, keep calm, not fall into their trap as such. But I'm quite fortunate because every time I played you, it's quite easy to break you, so yeah.
That's why I've got a 3-0 winning record against you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Is there anything more satisfying than frustrating your rival in paddle?
Well, it's almost a battle of who's going to blink first, isn't it? Because you're both emotional, you both want to win, and the second your opponent starts showing that frustration...
And into the nets from Adi Sanchez.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it? Because you think, oh, I've got them now.
Well, it's one of those, you'd almost rather do it, instead of hitting blasting winners, by nudging them in the corner and putting them towards the glass and giving them difficult balls so that they almost unravel instead of, you having to try and force the win. And you see this at every level, right? You see this at the club level, you also see this at the pro level. Now you've got that rivalry between LeBron and Galan when they play each other, there's a little bit of tension there, or Yanguas is another one who's quite good at winding up his opponents with his antics on the court.
Well, I think those players are always looking for that little edge, aren't they? They're looking to see that weakness in their opponent because that can be the difference between winning and losing a match.
Yeah, definitely. If you are down, you could come back at any point, couldn't you? I mean, it's just a question of winning a few points in a row, even if you are down, and before you know it, you can shift the momentum.
Never say never when Fede Chingoto's on the court.
You should never give up in paddle. I think that's the main thing and the key when you're competing in paddle, particularly because the serve isn't such a weapon. So even if you get broken, there isn't this fear in paddle that your opponent could hit lots of big serves and you immediately lose the next game. So you always have to keep fighting till the last point.
So to summarise, keep your cool. If you show frustration, then your opponent is going to know. If you've lost your temper, slow the game down. Get them in the corner, get them towards the glass. Blasting it is not going to be the right option here. Regain your composure. Never give up. Paddle matches can almost always be just a few winning points away from a great turnaround. Keep your belief high. And the community matters. Look, if it has all gone a bit haywire on the court, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with a bit of competition. But let's leave it there on the court and protect the game. So no excuses now, go and win that must-win match. Remember, there's loads of top-level matches to learn from over at Red Bull TV. Watch the pros playing on Premier Padel.